Makers on Promo Go TV. I'm your host, Rusty Pepper. Today on Market Makers, we explore the fascinating world of wine, beer, and spirit makers and the stories behind these amazing brands. Joining us today is Chuck Butler, the founder and CEO of Dalton Distillery. Welcome to the program, Chuck.
Thank you. Thank you. Good to be here.
Thanks for joining us. It looks like you're in your distillery. So if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about your background and how you ended up starting Dalton Distillery.
Since I was 21, I was actually in law enforcement. So most of my professional career, I was in law enforcement, and later became police chief of a small town. Realized that my main job is paperwork, and
nobody likes that.
You know, one of the main things that we looked at is trying to think of a fun business and hopefully a family business. I've got a young son, and then my dad, he was getting of age, and wanted to have something that I could partner and have my whole family organized with and use our expertise. And, scared of starting up a business, but I knew that people's not going to stop drinking tomorrow or in the next 20, 30 years. Yeah. So my dad, he has a illegal whiskey background and wanted to seize on that expertise. So I started up the process. That for the first few years, it was a lot of just paperwork. And my dad, he enjoys making whiskey. 77 years old, serves as master distiller, and wants to work every day, And we're here open to the public 6 days a week.
Gotcha. So tell us a little bit about the distillery and the type of products that you guys are producing there.
Our first product was corn, sunflower seeds, and malted wheat, and unaged whiskey. And when we would tell people about the uniqueness of that, everybody was highly interested in the sunflower seeds and gluten-free products. So we started doing one that's primarily sunflower seeds and corn, and started aging the process. And now we're aging that product for 4 years. It's bottled at 90 proof. So that's one of the things that we're excited about. It's all Georgia grown and gluten-free.
So what does the sunflowers add to the flavor profile? How does that change it?
Whenever you first see it, it's 90 proof. So if you're used to drinking a whiskey, it'll be just a comfortable heat. Then whenever you finish, you're going to get a unique nuttiness. And you can end up, when it's sunflower seeds, because we're in Georgia, we're known for peanuts. A lot of people thought it was had a peanut finish. So it's going to have a strong nutty finish.
Gotcha. All right. I was just kind of curious. So that's what, and then I'm also taking out the wheat makes it gluten-free.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So you've got you got moonshine whiskey.
Yes.
And what else you have?
We got moonshine. We've got flavored moonshines for a lot of people that come in and excited wanting to try different things. So we got a large variety of people to choose from. And we've got aged whiskeys. We got the aged sunflower seed. We started doing a vodka that we're really excited about. We partnered with retired Army Ranger Chris Tonto Peranto, one of the outspoken survivors of the Benghazi attack in 2012. Then his partner and retired Army Ranger Ben Morgan will be making this a Tonto. If you've seen the movie 13 Hours, that was one of the hand gestures that he was known for in the movie.
Yeah.
So we're excited about this partnership. We've worked with some celebrities in the past, and it's really great. And whenever I seen his story, I contacted him a few times, and I consider him a celebrity. He don't consider himself a celebrity, but I let him know that as far as volume goes, the U.S. military is the largest purchaser of alcohol in the world. And him being a retired Army Ranger, his partner Ben Morgan being a fellow retired Army Ranger, the two of them being the spokesperson and helping push. They believe in this product. It's distilled 6 times, gluten-free, and tasteless and odorless is what they're going after.
That's neat. So how are y'all going to be promoting that?
One of the main things, Chris, he has a podcast, Battleline podcast, and whenever we get this featured, he'll be mentioning that. We'll be an approved vendor and sponsor of his podcast. And then we believe that the AFES locations, like at Fort Benning, they have 15 liquor stores on that one military base. And that's where Chris and Ben both went through most of their Ranger training. So, you know, we're really spending a lot of time and focusing on AFES locations. And that's where they would go out and sign bottles. And then, you know, social media that we can, and reaching out and working with the distribution. You know, that's something that we're really excited about.
That's great. So right now, I know a lot of your products are not only are they made and distilled, obviously, in Georgia, but they're sold primarily in Georgia. Are you in any other markets currently?
Whenever I mentioned celebrities, we work with Major League Hall of Famer Frank Thomas. We're proud to work with him, and we have a product 404 vodka, and then we have Slapjack. It's a jackfruit flavored vodka, and it's in Georgia and Tennessee.
Okay.
You know.
So as we start getting towards the end of the episode, I wanted to ask one quick question. Well, actually, I have two different questions. What is your favorite drink?
One, I like just plain corn whiskey, aged corn whiskey.
Okay. So you just drink it neat?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I mean, to me, you sip on that. We have it right out of the barrel. It's at 111 proof. You know, no need for ice or anything. Gotcha.
And last question now is, what's one piece of advice you'd give somebody who's looking to start their own distillery?
One, now with social media, they look at that, contact 2 or 3 distilleries that's close by them, go out and talk with them. And the sad thing is there's, because this is a competitive industry, and it's really hard to gain distribution. It's very difficult for that. So unless you're well-funded or well-connected, you might want to talk with somebody and look about purchasing or partnering with an existing distillery. But they can probably buy a distillery before they go bankrupt, you know, and I hope that don't happen. But this is a real difficult industry that's hard to get into, because these distribution companies know that a lot of us small distilleries can't spend the money to market and promote each brand that, you know.
It's also highly regulated. There's a lot of, each state it's all different. And so there are definitely a lot of challenges posed. So it's good advice. So
it's a lot of fun. It's, do your research and come out and speak with a distillery that's close by. And most people that have one are really nice and friendly and willing to talk with.
Yeah, there's no doubt the community within the industry, everybody's wonderful. They do it because it's a passion. Typically, that's usually how they get into it, just like your story. So, well, Chuck, I appreciate you joining us today. And if you would like to learn more about Chuck and Dalton Distillery and their new product, Tonto, please visit us at promogocrm.com and check out our blog. On behalf of all of us here at PromoGo, thank you for joining us today on Market Makers. And if you'd like to be a guest on a future episode of Market Makers, please reach out to us here at PromoGo, because we'd love to hear back from you. Until then, I'm Rusty Pepper, VP of Sales at PromoGo. Thanks for watching.
Cheers.